Quote yourself. Go ahead and quote yourself, says LeBron James. And I don't know, Michael Smith. I don't know what movie they went to see. What's the one that has
about that myself.
Yeah. What's the one that has? Is it Fast and Furious? They have like 9 of them or 10 of them, and after a while, it's just like the same thing over and over. I think that's what the Lakers are. Fast and Furious, where you know the story, and we act like the story's new. Look, Mike, the Lakers, since last year, since the beginning of the 2020-21 season, they played 117 games. From the beginning of 2020 to today, they played 117 games, and their record in those games is 64-53. Not awful, not exemplary, pretty good, over 500 in the NBA. It's not going to win you any championships, probably not going to win you many playoff series, but a 64-53 record over 117 games tells you that they pretty much have been in the same space. So you tell me, Mike, we had an argument a while ago. I think it was one of the best Emmy-worthy performances that we've ever had on Brother from Another. And I don't know if they had nominated that thing for an Emmy. They should have. Our debate on Russell Westbrook, it changed streaming forever. It changed linear TV, radio, podcasting, whatever category you want to put it in. It was next level. It has never been done like that before. Anyway, we had an argument on Russell Westbrook, and we talked about how analytics doesn't necessarily love Russell Westbrook because analytics tells you exactly what he is. And we went back and forth on analytics and Westbrook and life and all sorts of things. Right, okay, right. But this is who Russell Westbrook is. And I'm a fan. I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, but I know what he is and I know what he isn't. He is a guy who is, you leave him alone in the gym, taking 100 3-pointers, he may make 40 of them. He might.
That's not analytics.
Alone.
That's just facts.
That's right. Fact, right? Okay, right. But that isn't, but what I don't do, based on what I just said, I don't dismiss him as a player, but that's what he is. So I don't understand why there's even a surprise about what the Lakers are doing right now. Anthony Davis is injured. Newsflash. Anthony Davis is injured right now.
That's not fair.
They're struggling with
That wasn't fair.
Okay, it's a fact. It's facts.
It's
facts.
Did you see how he got hurt? I mean, did you see how he got hurt? Like that was injury prone.
Okay.
That makes him injury prone. The way. Okay. Well, go ahead. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good take. Go ahead.
Listen. He's hurt. He gets hurt a lot.
Go ahead. Sure.
So,
all right. Go ahead.
Some people just find trouble, Mike. Some people just find trouble. I don't know. I can't help you. So Anthony Davis is out, which they knew was going to happen because when the theory was bringing in Westbrook, if LeBron's not there or Anthony Davis is not there, you got another star who can carry it. Yes, he's a star who can carry it, but he can't carry it in a way that maybe you want him to. He is not suited to come in and run an offense the way you want it to be run and make shots the way you want them to be made. Coaches have to know that. Teammates have to know that. So the fact that Westbrook is struggling in the Lakers scheme and that Frank Vogel has wanted to bench him for a while and finally did it in a loss to the underwhelming Indiana Pacers, that's not surprising. The fact that the Lakers are life and death with 500 right now, the 500 record, is not surprising. They got older in the offseason, and they're shooting, if not the same as last year, got a little bit worse. And the Western Conference got a lot better. So this is where we are. This is where we are now. This is Russ, and this is who the Lakers are. I don't know who they think they are because they got the best player who's ever played the game.
I ain't falling for that. Keep going.
I don't know who they think they are or who they should be, but they're exactly where their roster suggests they should be in the Western Conference. That is a number 8 seed in a loaded conference that's going to go to the playoffs, maybe, and lose in the first round. Please educate us, sir.
I just thought the biggest story to come out of last night, in the last several days, is that Frank Vogel is day-to-day as a coach. I wish that Frank Vogel, see, it's easy for me to say on television because it ain't my money. Because Frank Vogel got that 1-year extension, and so he's not going to resign. Right. But I wish Frank Vogel could tell Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and Kurt Rambis, and even LeBron James to go F themselves. I really wish he could do that. Because the fact that every day there's a report about, so I think it started, if I'm not mistaken, I think it started after the Utah game, that, oh man, that was a job-saving win, because if he hadn't won that game, he might have been fired. And then everybody is reporting whether or not a firing is imminent, whether he's gotten himself breathing room, and now our boy Chris Haynes is like, hey, he's safe. He's going on his 6-game road trip. Frank Vogel, a better man than me. I'll be damned. I mean, Michael, last night, this ain't about Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has always been this guy. We knew it before he got to LA. We knew it when they traded for him, and we've seen it all season. The only difference is that Russell Westbrook is now trying to be more of a role player than he's ever been. And that takes some adjustment. Right. But last night wasn't about Russell Westbrook. Last night was about the fact that reportedly Frank Vogel had to get the green light to bench Russell Westbrook. He had to get the okay from the organization that it would not be held against him if he did what he thought was best for the team to beat Indiana after blowing a lead and after watching Russell Westbrook again blow defensive responsibilities. And he's not alone in that. Yeah. Their defense is trash, but they're not built to be a good defensive team. But for him to have to get clearance
also not built to
make a coaching decision, team. For him to have to get clearance to make, for him to have to get clearance to make a coaching decision means that effectively he's already been fired. He's not on the hot seat. He's just keeping the head coach's seat warm. He's already been fired. Kurt Rambis is attending meetings. Okay, he's being scapegoated right now. Lakers fans, and rightfully so, scoffed when people assigned an asterisk to their bubble championship that Frank Vogel navigated them through. And I understand that Frank Vogel took a job under circumstances that nobody else wanted to. Okay? Right. I believe it was Monty Williams and Ty Lue. Neither of them wanted a 3-year deal and didn't want to take Jason Kidd at the time as an assistant. So Frank Vogel was fine with being a puppet for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
But
all right.
It's gone way too far with the strings pulling at this point, because none of this is his fault. They missed entering Wednesday, players missed 141 games due to injuries and illnesses, and a combined 37 games due to COVID-19 related protocols. Okay. Even Frank Vogel missed games due to COVID, and in those games, our guy David Fizdale went 1-5. What's the common denominator? This piss poor roster that Rob Pelinka assembled. Okay. Now I know that the game is the game, always. I get it. I know that the head coach is going to be the fall guy, especially for a Laker franchise that feels entitled to titles. I understand that. I get it. It's why he said, hey, I got no problem doing my job every day. I got no problem tuning out the noise. And I believe him. I believe that he's working, him and his staff, going to work every day, that this is the job they signed up for. It ain't fair, and that's fine. Life ain't fair, but it ain't right. And for the organization, now Jeannie Buss, to be fair, to be accurate, a month or so ago said, we can't evaluate Frank Vogel until his team is healthy. You just mentioned Anthony Davis is hurt. They're playing LeBron James at center, and it unlocks something offensively. Russell Westbrook is a turnover machine for most of this season. He cleaned it up a little bit lately. 5 for 17 last night. He benches him. So now he's lost Russell Westbrook for all intents and purposes. What's this dude supposed to do? So, Michael, I'll wrap up my rambling session by saying, I told you a long time ago, I wrote off the Lakers. I've long since had this conversation with you and myself. the Lakers are fatally flawed. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy LeBron James. He went to see a movie with Savannah. I'm enjoying LeBron James at 37 years old in year 19, continuing to be one of the best players in the NBA, playing center, and last night grabbing his 10,000th rebound. I'm enjoying the little things. It ain't about the big picture no more with the Lakers. It's about the little things. 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 9,000 assists. He just keeps adding and adding to that peerless resume of his. That's where I'm at with the Lakers. In the meantime, I feel sorry for Frank Vogel. Because this ain't right.
All right, okay, this is where we disagree. I don't feel sorry for Frank Vogel. I don't. Because all the things that you mentioned are not new. So we agree that the problems with the roster are not new. We all looked at it, even as non-Lakers fans. We looked at the roster and said, really, that's supposed to be an upgrade over what you had? Yeah, I mean, you trade Kyle Kuzma.
But I'll be honest, I fell for it.
I
fell for it. I fell for it. I fell for it. Preseason, I fell for it.
Hey, this ain't.
I fell for the hype.
What did George Allen say back in the day? The future is now. Is that what it was? That was his line, or the over the hill gang?
Talking about the over the hill gang? Yeah.
Okay, that worked in football, but they didn't win a championship under him either, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they won the Super Bowl. They won a lot, but they didn't win the Super Bowl.
They went.
George Allen was there. They went, but they didn't win it. And that was football. In basketball, I just can't imagine you trade young veterans. So it's not like they traded kids. It's not like these kids, like Kyle Kuzma's 21 and Montrezl Harrell's like 21, 22. They traded young veterans for the right to bring back an older, more debatable, polarizing player. And then they surrounded LeBron James, because I'm going to get to Vogel in a second, but you mentioned LeBron James. Let me just talk about him for a second. They surrounded LeBron James with older talent, older players, bringing in Carmelo and Trevor Ariza and Dwight Howard again, all these older players. You're enjoying watching him. I'm enjoying watching him. I always do. But I wonder if he's enjoying himself playing on this team. At this stage of your career,
would
you really sign up to be?
I don't know. Even if he's not enjoying
sign
himself.
Up to be?
Well, listen, even if he's not enjoying himself, this is a testament to his professionalism, the way he's playing in spite of the circumstances.
Of course.
I mean, the fact going into the year, not only did they remix it and get worse defensively. We knew they'd be worse defensively, not this bad, but we knew they'd be worse defensively. Offensively, you thought they would figure it out, or at worst, it would take time to figure it out. But when guys are in and out, when are you supposed to figure it out in this environment? And all I'm saying is a championship 2 seasons ago, followed by a first-round exit that had everything to do with the injury to Anthony Davis and LeBron James being hobbled. You would think that the coach would not only get the benefit of the doubt, but the benefit of you getting the hell out of his way and letting him do his job.
Please.
Let the man do his job.
He is doing his job.
I'm not saying he's perfect. Look, okay, he may not be the solution, but he's not the problem. We know what the problem is. But this is life in the big city. The people who make the decisions are never accountable for them. They find people a scapegoat.
You said in the beginning, accurately, you said that a lot of people didn't want to take that Lakers job because it came with things, some known, some obvious, and some hidden, came with some challenges that they didn't want to put up with. But Frank Vogel signed up for it. And it didn't just start in the 2021-22 season. I'm sure he was at some off-season meetings with Rob Pelinka, and if he wasn't, that should have told him that his job was in peril. Either way, it's not good for him. If he didn't know that they were going to trade for Russell Westbrook, well, your time is short here. Your boss didn't tell you that he was about to remake the franchise. If he did know that they were about to trade for Russell Westbrook and remake the roster, and he had a say in it, and he approved of it, well, you got what you deserved. If he had a say and he said, don't do it, and they did it anyway, but anyway, he took a job that was going to restrict him. As soon as he signed the contract,
sure.
His contract should have said, Frank Vogel, at all. Okay? It's not, you're not just yourself. It's not just you. He's
not Phil Jackson.
You're the front man.
I'll rephrase my criticism. Okay, you don't have to feel sorry for Frank Vogel. That's fine. He knew what he got into, and he's fine with this situation. That's why Kurt Rambis feels like he can go to coaching meetings. Okay, that's why him and Rob Pelinka feel like they can constantly meet with Frank Vogel about his rotations or whatever. Okay, that's fair. Then I'll kick it up I'll kick it up a level. It's above him.
Okay.
I'll kick it up a level.
Okay.
It's bad management.
Yes.
It's bad management.
Yes. Oh,
it's bad
absolutely.
management.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so and it's been quiet as it's kept, a poorly managed franchise for the most part until LeBron James came and rescued them. And they got a championship out of it with him and Anthony Davis, thanks to the Rich Paul string pulling, behind the scenes. So okay, Frank Vogel is who he is.
So you're saying their shadow general manager.
I'm just saying,
the shadow general manager is more effective than their paid one.
Red Auerbach, he is not. Okay, I'm not here to say what a great coach Frank Vogel is, but he's good enough to get you to a championship. Or I'm sure there are Lakers fans and probably people in Laker Nation, whether that's Magic Johnson or people who have Jeannie Buss's ear or Kurt Rambis, even whoever would feel like anybody could do this job, and they could certainly do it better than 500 Frank Vogel. Well, my proposition would be this, okay? My proposition would be this. Your sidebar, you tangentially said the greatest player ever. LeBron wants to add to his GOAT case, coach your team. Be Bill Russell. Take it back to the 1960s. Be a player coach. Because that's effectively what he is anyway. He's effectively the general manager. We all know that. He's effectively the coach, certainly a coach on the floor. We all know that. Remove the farce. Remove the facade, I should say. Let him coach the team. Because that's what this is anyway. If Frank Vogel is just a warm body, he's just a guy with a heartbeat that's not really the coach of the team, put him out of his misery. Because, okay, you don't feel sorry for Frank Vogel, that's fine. But this day-to-day, he's coaching for his job. That's no way to expect somebody to thrive. Just make a decision. Just make a decision. That's all. Just make a decision. Just make a decision.
Well,
that's it. Meanwhile,
all right,
this is who they are.
If LeBron James, I don't think this is all of LeBron's making though. Say, if you're saying LeBron James, he's effectively the coach and he should coach the team, all right, that's intriguing. I think he'd be pretty good at it. But I'm not sure he built the roster. Did he build this roster? Did he tell them to say, okay?
Yes.
He built the whole roster. Trade Montrez, trade Kuzma. Get all these guys out here.
Okay, you just said he's the greatest player ever. Do you think?
Yes, he is.
And this ain't new. Do you think anything happens without LeBron James' knowledge, if not blessing? I mean, that's like everybody knows that. Water's wet, sky's blue. LeBron runs the organization, as he probably should. And I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying take it all away. I'm saying take it all away. Don't bring in another figurehead thinking that changing the coach, all changing the coach is going to do is give complaining Laker greats and Laker fans their pound of flesh. Because somebody got to take the fall for this roster underachieving. When maybe the problem is that we expected too much of them to begin with, to your point earlier.
Yeah.
Even with LeBron James. But you can't look at 141 games missed and say Frank Vogel is the problem. And even if they didn't miss 141 games to injury and illness, this roster was poorly constructed. Who answers
I'm going to bring this back.
Who do I talk to?
I'm going to bring this back.
Who do I talk to about that?
Well, this is who you talk to on my behalf. Talk to Mark Spears, who's about to give me some of that good wine. That good wine, because he was foolish enough to bet on the Lakers. And I had the foresight to bet against them. That was probably this is the easiest wine. This is going to be the best wine I've had in my life.
Yeah, I should have got in on that action.
Free wine.
I should have got in on that action.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.